Something unexpected has just unfolded at Liverpool, and it's the kind of development that could have serious implications both on and off the pitch. A key member of the squad has suddenly left the camp, but the circumstances surrounding it are anything but straightforward. Questions are already beginning to surface, speculation is building, and fans are left wondering what this shock twist really means moving forward. Is this a short-term issue, or the beginning of something much bigger behind the scenes? Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. A major twist has just unfolded, and it's one nobody saw coming. Just as Federico Chiesa looked set to revive his international career and finally put nearly 2 years of frustration behind him, everything has come crashing down in a matter of hours. Back in the Italy national football team set up for the first time since UEFA Euro 2024, this was supposed to be the moment, a fresh start, a clean slate, and a shot at redemption on the biggest stage. Instead, it's turned into a shock exit before things have even begun. After arriving at the national team's Florence base full of expectation, Chiesa was suddenly assessed by medical staff and deemed unavailable, forcing him to leave the squad immediately. No warning signs, no clear injury, just a swift and unexpected departure that has left fans and pundits scrambling for answers. In his place, Nicolo Cambiaghi has been drafted in by manager Gennaro Gattuso, as Italy prepares for a crucial World Cup playoff clash with Northern Ireland national football team. But the focus isn't on the replacement, it's on the mystery. Why now? Chiesa had just featured days earlier for Liverpool, showing no obvious signs of injury. His fitness has been far more stable this season, his involvement steadily increasing, and yet, at the very moment opportunity knocks, he's out again. Gattuso has previously spoken about ongoing conversations with the winger, even hinting at past complications behind the scenes. Now, those unanswered questions are back in the spotlight, only louder than ever. With a World Cup place on the line and a semi-final looming, Italy must move forward. But for Chiesa, this latest twist raises serious doubts about his international future and whether this was meant to be his comeback at all. For Federico Chiesa, this wasn't just another call-up. It felt like a crossroads moment, a chance to re-establish himself, to remind everyone of the explosive talent that once made him one of Italy's most feared attackers. Instead, it's ended before it even began. Now, all eyes turn to Gennaro Gattuso for answers. Was this a precaution, a setback behind the scenes, or something more concerning that hasn't yet come to light? As the Italy national football team push forward in their World Cup playoff journey, the spotlight will continue to follow this story. Because when a player of Chiesa's caliber makes such a sudden exit, it's never just routine. It's a signal that something bigger may be unfolding. And if this was meant to be his comeback, it's turned into yet another unanswered question. In this section of the video, we will go over our 5 biggest takeaways from our shock 2-1 defeat against Brighton over the weekend. Liverpool's ability to rediscover their intensity lasted all of one match as they were outworked in their 10th defeat of the season at Brighton. Number 1, if styles make fights, what was Liverpool's excuse versus Brighton? Arne Slot was keen to make a point of the fact that Liverpool were only able to so convincingly dispatch Galatasaray in midweek because they came to play football rather than sit in a low block. Well, the Reds were given the chance to show their quality again against a Brighton side that favours an expansive, attractive game, yet found themselves comprehensively outplayed. And that is the biggest issue the Dutchman faces in convincing his superiors that he deserves to stay at Anfield beyond the end of this season. The reality is, it doesn't matter what approach the opponent prefers, there is every chance they can get at and hurt this Liverpool team. Number 2. Second half was a disgrace. It is to Liverpool's credit that, after conceding the customary early goal, they fought back to level things up before the half-time break, giving themselves a chance to be better in the second period. Unfortunately, they could barely have been worse to such a degree that it felt unfair that Brighton only won by a single goal. The host outshot the Reds, had more shots on target, created more big chances, and generated 1.63 XG to their opponent 0.21. The only thing lacking was the Seagulls' finishing of their chances to confirm it as one of the worst 45 minutes of the entire campaign. Number 3. Liverpool were inexcusably poor, but they've also been unlucky. Let's get this straight. Nothing can excuse quite how bad Liverpool have been over the course of this Premier League season, but it is also worth acknowledging that they have combined that with also being unlucky, as this game proved. Having seemingly landed on a system that works for them in midweek, the Reds were able to keep it in place for just 8 minutes here, thanks to an injury to Hugo Ekitike. And that meant the Frenchman effectively joining Alexander Isak, Mohamed Salah, Alisson, Conor Bradley, Wataru Endo, and Giovanni Leone in missing this game. As much as this team is a shambles worthy of criticism, there seems little question that they would be improved by not having such a lengthy injury list. Number 4. Liverpool's squad is not fit for purpose. Of course, while the above is true, it is worth noting that it should not take just 5 or so injuries to feel like you are down to the bare bones. And that Liverpool have been is proof that Slot has been left with a squad that is simply not good enough to play well twice in a week, as is expected at Anfield. Liverpool look short in attack, midfield and defence, having focused on quality over quantity during a summer window that was incorrectly lauded by many. That looks like a foolish approach to squad building for a side that hopes to compete in 4 competitions and the most intense league in the world. Number 5. Newfound intensity lasts for 1 game. Liverpool's midweek win over Galatasaray felt like something to build on, largely because of the rare show of intensity that saw them outrun their opponents for the first time in a long time. However, that quickly went out of the window here, with Brighton boasting 115.97 kilometres covered to their opponents' 107.94 kilometres. Clearly, it was always going to be harder to outwork the hosts when you have played on Wednesday, and they have had a week off, but that never seemed to be beyond the majority of these players when they were managed by Jurgen Klopp. And so there can be little disappointment that, in working harder, Brighton managed to dominate the game and earn a deserved win. And when you step back and look at the bigger picture, that's what makes this defeat so concerning. Not just the result itself, but what it represents. This wasn't a one-off bad day at the office. It was a performance that exposed recurring issues we've seen all season. A lack of consistency, a drop-off in intensity, and a squad that simply doesn't have the depth to cope when things don't go perfectly. The warning signs have been there, and against Brighton, they were impossible to ignore. For Arne Slot, the challenge is becoming clearer and tougher with every passing week. It's not just about tactics or systems anymore, it's about finding a way to get this group performing at a high level consistently, regardless of the opposition or circumstances. Right now, that reliability just isn't there. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.